Eskom reported an interim profit of 12.2 billion rand. Let's unpack the numbers and more. And that more is the resignation of Chief Executive Brian Dames. The CEO of Eskom joins us now. Brian, you could have knocked us over with a feather here in the studio. 48 years old, in the job for 3.5 years, and you're throwing in the towel. What gives?
Hey, I mean, it's a job that takes every fiber of your energy, and I really would like to now just focus and spend a bit more time with my family.
So you're not going into anything else for the moment? You're going to just take it easy?
No, I've not decided, and we will for now turn my attention, as I said, to my wife and my kids.
But Brian, and your wife and your kids are the most important things. We know that. But the country needs you. You've already had Saki saying, my goodness, what's going on here? The man we've given our confidence to, the man who sorted us out ahead of the FIFA World Cup, has left the scene when we're getting SMSs every night saying, please switch off appliances because the system's almost overloaded.
Yeah, no, I mean, all of this is not just one person. I mean, there's a big organization, there's a very strong leadership team in place. I think they're about some of the best team that we may have in the country, in the company. And I've got full confidence that they'll be able to make sure the light stays on.
Jacob Moroka, your predecessor, leaving. Then you also had Paul Flaherty, your colleague, the financial director, leaving in July. So you have replaced him. But it seems to be a little bit of a revolving door going on at Eskom at the moment.
No, it's not. The organization is stable, and Paul and I set out to make sure we stabilize Eskom and turn it around. I think we've done that, and I've been fully committed to this. And I'm not leaving tomorrow. I've still got a few months to go, and I think we have embarked on what we needed to do. We've done that. I think there's quite a lot of big challenges still lying ahead, but everybody absolutely knows what to do.
So you're going to keep the lights on at least until you leave, Brian?
No, the lights will stay on, and we've got a great partnership with business and South African consumers out there. People must, as they go on holiday, they must enjoy it. They mustn't worry about that. They must, as I've said today, if you go on holiday, please, can we now make sure that we use gas stoves and braais as much as we can? And then that gives us time to do all the maintenance we need to do.
Brian, it's Gugu here. Coming back to your resignation, do you believe that you've achieved the objectives, strategic ones, that you were set out on initially 3 years back, in particular given the news that construction plants like Medupi and Kusule have been pushed back even further now?
No, we set out on a specific path. We wanted to put some key building blocks in place. And even on the build program, get those in a level where it's absolutely mature and we know transparently what are the issues, make sure that we take actions to deal with them. I'm comfortable that, that is in place. We haven't achieved everything, we're not perfect, but Eskom, 4 years ago, we were making massive losses. Today, we're financially sustainable. We have a funding plan to finish this program. 4 years ago, we didn't know how to do it. We have our contractors on the ground. You can go look at Medupi, Kusile, and Gula. The stations are being built. There's confidence in terms of the fact that we're on the ground building these, and we're really now in the hands of contractors and the Eskom team executing.
Well, you're leaving us feeling a little bit more upbeat, no doubt, Brian, and I'm glad to hear that we can all go and have a pretty good Christmas season. But perhaps you can just unpack a little bit some of the other good news that came out in the last week. The president signing an order at Inga Falls. Now, we've heard about Inga Falls how many times, that the project is going to light up the whole of Africa. At least there's going to be some electricity coming in the near term. Wouldn't you have liked to have got that project, that huge project, potentially behind us before leaving?
Yeah, no, I mean, that would have been a great project. I tell you, I've been talking to my colleagues in the region about the vision for electricity for Southern Africa, and we've got such a lot going for us. Imagine we have Inga in the north and some of the hydro projects on the Zambezi with a massive transmission network that links all of Southern Africa together. Eskom soon will be going into with partners into the Mozambican space. So it would have been great to work on that. But I mean, I'm not lost to the energy sector yet. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. but I'm sure it has to stay close to my knitting. So I may find myself, at some stage in the future, getting close to Inga or any other project.
That sounds like a great idea, Brian. Goodness, 40, what's it, another, the size of Eskom that you could be involved in. So wife and kids take priority at the moment. The rest of us can relax a little. Just one last point. Paul O'Flaherty was well known to the investment community. He was on listed companies before he came to you as the FD. Your new FD, also a chartered accountant, Cholofele Molefi. You're confident that she'll be able to engender the confidence of the business community that Paul did?
No, full confidence in Cholo. Full confidence in Cholo. Over the last few years, she's an experienced hand at Eskom. She's been on the exco team. She's dealt with investors. She's been with me on our forays to the banks, and and I'm still around. We'll be talking to agencies and investors, and she's dealt with all of the South African customer base. So full confidence, and there's a strong team behind her. Our treasury team is intact, and Caroline has done a sterling job and will continue to do so.